Hello everyone, this is Mayank Sanghvi from vlemon.com, and in this video we are going to discuss about SQL Server database. So this is the content for this video. First we are going to discuss about database, then we are going to create a database, and next step we are going to drop a database, then we are going to rename a database, and then we are going to discuss in brief about backup a database and restore database. So first, what is database? In brief, database is a collection of tables to store organization related data. For example, I have a employee database in which I am going to store employee related information, and in this database I have two tables. One is employee table, another is employee contact table. So this is the brief about database. Now we are going to create a database. So how to create a database using SQL Server Management Studio using GUI tool. For this we have to open SQL Server Management Studio, then we are going to create. So how to open? Quick reference or quick guide. Open Windows Run by pressing Windows plus R and type SSMS and click on OK. For this video I already opened SQL Server Management Studio, and I am going to connect it on my database server. So server type database engine, provide your database server, select your authentication mode. For this video I am going to select Windows authentication. You can use SQL Server authentication also, and click on connect button. So my database is connected. Now I have to create a database. How to create a database? Just right click on database and select new database. In new database window, provide database name. My first db underscore GUI. Underscore GUI, this is not a required keyword. I am just placing underscore GUI to differentiate different example. Differentiate the database for different example. So just give a name and click on OK. Now I'm not going to discuss about these options, different option. I'm going to cover this in a different video. Create a database advanced topic. For this video just provide a database name, don't change anything, and click on OK. Before clicking on OK, I'm just in brief, this is your logical name of your database. Now this is the path where your database is created, and this is the initial size of your database in MB, and if this size is filled, then this is the auto growth. What is this? I am going to discuss in the advanced topic. Click OK to create. So my database is created. Here my first db GUI. Now how to create a database using tsql command. So this is the command to create a new database using tsql query. Create space database name. So we are going to create a database using tsql command. So first open new query window by clicking new query, or you can press Ctrl N. Okay, new query window is open. Now type, we are going to create our first database. So type create database and my first db using tsql underscore 1. Now select this and click on execute to create database. Okay, our database is created. You can check here, right click and refresh. Our new database is created. Now this is the simple command to create a database. Now we are going to add additional option in create database. I have requirement in which I have to create a database in E drive. So how to achieve this? You are not able to use create database command, because create database command is always store or create database in default drive. So how to create? You have to use file path to create a database in different drive. Okay, so create a database on provide a logic name. Its name equals to my first database using tsql command, and this is my data file. Then I have to select file name, it's E. I have to store this file, database related file, in E drive. SQL Server file name is .mdf. What is MDF? LDF I am going to discuss later. So this is our main database file. Then size, for example, I am creating a database with size 10 MB. File growth, size, max size, and file growth. Max size is 30 MB and file growth is 5 MB. So this is my main data file. Now second, I have to create a log file. Log on. I have to copy the same information, paste it here. This is my log file. So log and LDF log file. For the timing, same property, select my query and execute. My new database is created successfully. So this is my second database created with advanced options. Now check whether my file is created in drive or not. So our file path is SQL Server. Here it is. My second database is created. Now next what is a MDF file, LDF file, and NDF file? So MDF file is your main database file which store your actual data. LDF file is another important file which is used to store logging information, and .ndf file is secondary file which is going to create when our main database file is full. Okay, that's it for database file. Now we are going to drop a database. So we created 3 database. One is using GUI tool, another using simple create command, and third is using advanced option. Now I'm going to drop one of the database. So how to drop? Using GUI tool, just right click on your database and select delete. Close existing connection was this information. If your database is created from long time and if someone is using your database, then you have to close the connection first. So this is mandatory for your server. But for this example, my database is no one is using my database, so if I'm not checking this, even this will work. But for your, if you're going to delete, just check it and click on OK. So my database is deleted, or in other words, it is dropped. Now how to drop? Using drop command, just type drop space database name. I'm going to drop my first database tsql and drop. Okay, now how to drop using advanced options. Now for example, if someone using my database, my first database tsql, then my drop command is not enough to drop a database. See, it is waiting, drop command is waiting for this connection to be closed. So alternative, you have to first close all the available connection. I'm going to cancel this execution of query. Okay, it is failed. Cannot draw database because it is currently in use. So you have to first close all the existing connection, and this is the command. Use master alter database name, set single user with rollback immediate, and then you have to create drop a database. Okay, so first use master. I am already in master database, so no need, not required. Alter database name, and then set single user with rollback immediate. I'm very weak in English, so I have to, okay. First you have to close all the connection and then you can drop. So I am closing all the connection. So see, currently this is connected. Then I am going to execute this command. Incorrect syntax. Where is incorrect syntax? Single user. Oh, SNGLE. Okay, it is dropping all the available connection. My connections are dropped, and click on drop. My database is dropped. Okay, that's it for drop. Now I am going to show how to rename. So first we are going to create some simple database to rename. Again I am going to create this, and again I am going to create this. and let's say create one more database. I have to show 3 examples. Okay, so I created 3 database. I am going to first show how to rename using GUI. So this is your database and I misspelled my database name. I have to correct it. So you can use rename option. Select your database, press F2 or right click database and simply rename it. Again type I and enter to rename it. Very simple. Okay, what if anyone is using my database? Okay, I will change this as a different user first. Change SA connect and then I'm going to use. Okay, I'm renaming it. So I am using right now and I have to rename it, or in other words someone as a user is using my database and I have to rename it. Remove db and press enter. I'm not going, the SQL Server is not allowed to rename it because SA user currently connected to my first database and it is locked. So what is the alternative? Give me a moment. My SQL Server is not responding. Okay, this is the enable. This is the error message. Unable to rename my database because an execute statement on the database could not be exclusive lock because someone is connected to my database. So first I have to drop all the connection. So how I'm going to drop it? Simply right click and properties, under options, search for single user. Where it is? Restrict access. Currently it is multi-user. Change it to single user and click on OK. To change database properties, SQL Server must close all the connection. Yes, I want this. Close the connection. All the connections are closed. Now see the difference. Now it is a single user database. I'm easily able to rename it first and enter. Again, if you want to make it as a multi-user database, select properties and in option change the restrict access to multi-user. Yes. Okay, my database is renamed using SSMS GUI tool. Now I have to rename my database using tsql command. So here is the syntax. Use master go alter database, old database name, modify name, new database name. So I'm going to rename my second database using this command. Okay, alter database, old database name. I have to modify name equals to first db and click execute this command. My database is renamed. So just right click and refresh. My second database name is also renamed. Now one more time I am going to lock my third database and I am going to try to rename. First my first database underscore tschool underscore 3. Now again this database, the connection is broken. Oh, I forgot, I dropped all the connections, so I have to reconnect. Why not close this? No. Open a new editor window, change the connection, change connection. I'm going to use SQL Server authentication using SA, and in this I'm going to use the third database. Okay, now this database is blocked or locked by SA. Okay, now I'm going to again rename. This time my query is going to fail. Give me a moment, my query is still executing. So how to, again the same thing, we have to drop all the database connection, and this is the command to drop a database connection. Alter these 3. I'm going to first drop all the connection, make my database a single user database, and execute. My database is modify, and it is a single user database. Now I'm going to modify or rename my database name, and again I'm going to add it as a multi-user. Execute. Okay, you can use this property. Okay, here is the issue. No problem. Why my SQL Server is very slow. SQL Server Management Studio is busy. Okay, here is my problem. I did not change the database name. Okay, again my database is multi-user. Okay, so this is the example to show how to rename a database. So this is the first query, a simple query to rename it, but in this you have to ensure no one is using your database, and if anyone is using your database you can use single user mode to rename a database. Now backup a database. How you are going to create a backup? Simple, the same. We are going to use first our GUI tool, but before using my GUI tool I am going to create a table in my first T-SQL database to explain the backup and restore process. So I am going to create a table. My first table, my first database name T-SQL_1, and first table. Create ID and int. So my database is created. Sorry, my table is created. Now I am going to create a backup. Okay, right click on your database, go to task and backup. and click on OK to create a backup. Okay, it is very easy. Now how to use T-SQL to create a backup. This is the simple command to create a backup. Backup database name to disk, backup file path. Okay, I'm going to use master backup database. I'm going to create backup of this, and I'm going to create a backup in to disk. I'm going to create backup in SQL server dot pkp. Oh, so I created a backup using T-SQL command. Disk, what is the again spelling mistake? Okay, now execute. My backup is created. Okay, now I'm going to drop this data table, this, execute. My table is dropped. Now no table is available, and in final step we are going to restore my database. Okay, so here is the syntax. Restore database name from disk, and the file path with replace option. Restore database. I'm going to restore my first T-SQL from disk, and here is the path. Disk, with replace. Replace is going to replace every file, existing file, and execute. My database is restored, and now I'm again able to access my dropped table. It is this. Okay, restoration is successful. So that's it for this video. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and share with your friend. If you want any tutorial, please leave a comment. Thank you for watching, and see you again guys. Bye.